Hey everyone, so it's a new week. Not too much happened this week. Tuesday morning was the day that my fiance and I had our appointment to get our pictures taken at the portrait studio that's in another town. Neither one of us are very good with directions or maps or highways or streets or anything, so I decided to buy a GPS navigation system for my car. I got one of the 4.5-inch screens, I think. That screen is so tiny. Like, I don't know, you look at the display in the store, but then when you get it out, it looks so tiny. I mean, it was big enough, it just looked so little. So anyway, so we got the GPS thing hooked up and set up and everything, not really hooked up, but set up the way that we wanted it. And we got everything in the car that we were gonna need, which it wasn't very much. A couple of wardrobe changes for the pictures, and something that I was gonna give my dad while I was in town. He lives in the same town that we were going to visit, so I decided to get a couple things to him. So we went into town, and we were about 30 to 45 minutes early for our appointment from when it was scheduled. And when I had talked to them on the phone, I asked them if we got there early, if it would at all be possible to start earlier than the scheduled appointment. And they said probably not, because usually they're really busy. But they weren't busy at all. I don't even know if anyone had an appointment before us, and our appointment was scheduled 2 hours after they opened. Anyway, so we got in, and I got into my first outfit, and we took the pictures, and then I got into my second outfit, and we took the pictures. And then we went over to the, we went over to the big huge screen that shows all of our pictures that she took, and we were going through picking our favorites and everything, and we got down to like 4 pictures that we had printed. I really like the pictures. Usually I don't like pictures of myself. I don't even really like watching these videos after I make them. But anyway, so after we did that, we waited for our pictures to print. It took about 10 minutes, maybe 15. And then I got a hold of my dad so we could meet him for lunch. And we went to the Olive Garden. And they got rid of like the thing I always get, this chicken pasta broccoli cheesy thing. I used to always get it. I've only been to Olive Garden a couple times before, but those times that I went there, I would always get it. And it wasn't there. So this time I got like the cheese ravioli. I didn't really like it all that much. It seemed a little undercooked. But my fiance said that's only because I'm used to eating Chef Boyardee and canned pasta and canned ravioli. So I was like, okay, whatever. Anyway, so we got done eating, and I gave my dad one of the pictures that we wanted him to have, him and my stepmom. And then I also had made him a graduation video from when he got his bachelor's degree in non-profit management this past year, I think. So I made him a little video for that, and then I also had little cookies that had the mascot for the school on them, which was kind of cool. We were there for about an hour and a half, and it was getting close to 1:30, around 1:30 or 2 when we finally were getting ready to leave the restaurant, and it was getting close to my bedtime, and my fiance was getting tired. So we had planned on spending more time with my dad, but we didn't really get the chance to because we needed to get home. So my fiance and I, we went to one more place. I had to stop by a store that we don't have here in this town, and I wanted to look at a couple things. So I looked at some stuff, and then I had to go in by myself because my fiance took a nap while I was in there. I was in there probably about an hour. Like, I was just looking at everything. I wish I could do that all the time, just go in a store and look at everything. Because when I go somewhere, I want to look at everything. But my fiance doesn't want to look at anything. So I guess it was good he didn't go in, because if he did, then I wouldn't have looked probably at anything except the couple of things that I bought. And So anyway, we went home. We set the GPS to go home, and then we went home. I went to sleep after I got home. I think he actually stayed up for a couple hours, which kind of upsets me because he says he's tired and he really needs to sleep, and then we get home and he doesn't sleep. Whatever, I don't get it. But maybe it's a guy thing. I don't know. Wednesday I didn't do anything. Thursday I didn't do anything. I don't think. I don't remember a lot of this past week. I've kind of not been feeling well, and at work this morning a lot of bad things happened. It was just a horrible day for me, and so I have this massive migraine. It's like pounding, and oh, my head hurts so bad. Anyway, so Sunday, yesterday, we went to church. They had a luncheon thing we didn't go to because we ate like right before we went to church, so it'd been 2 hours since we ate by the time the church was over and everyone was eating. We did go and get some tea and water. We were thirsty, but we weren't hungry. They were trying to get us to eat, but it's like I couldn't eat even if I wanted to stay there and eat, but I was tired, so we went home. I talked to a couple different people there, more than I usually do. They're really nice, and they're kind of starting to get used to having me back, so that's kind of cool. I sang with some of the hymns, which I haven't really been doing. Usually I only sing to the ones I know. I probably knew about 2/3 of them that they sang, and my fiance doesn't sing to any of them. He just sits there and watches everything. I was very happy though. He didn't fall asleep at all. Usually in church he falls asleep at least a little bit. But every single time I looked at him, his eyes were wide open and he was looking at the pastor or the choir or whoever was up there. So I thought that was really good for him. Let's see. So my fiance's family is having their Thanksgiving dinner this coming Saturday. So we'll see how that goes. His family's really nice. There's just so many of them. It's a lot of people when they get together. And I honestly don't know some of their names still. I try, but my memory is horrible. I just can't remember. Anyway, so we're trying to figure out all of our plans for Thanksgiving and everything, and there's not really much going on this week. At least not that I can remember. We have a few people at work that have been gone for a while, so that's good. I think we're pretty well staffed for the moment, until it gets closer to Christmas. I don't know if they're gonna hire any more people or not, but until it gets closer to Christmas, we're doing okay. Yeah. Yesterday at church, my fiance thought he saw one of our new coworkers there. I couldn't really tell. It looked a lot like him, but I honestly never really paid a whole lot of attention to the new guy. The other new guy I paid attention to because I think he looks a whole lot like my fiance's best friend. So I paid attention to him. Anyway, so that's all I really have this week. Don't know what's gonna go on this next week. I'm probably just gonna be doing a lot of wedding planning and not too much socialization stuff for a little while. I really have to get all this stuff done as soon as I can because I'm freaking out. I think I almost have the invitations done, so that's nice. Just have to figure out how I want to assemble them. And since I have the pictures to put in the invitations, that's good. That's one step closer. And I have plenty of pictures, so that's good. Anyway, so I will see you guys next week.